Today we'll talk about the Samsung POWERstick Jet VS9000. And this vacuum sucks real hard. And I mean that by quite literally too. And today we are going to first unbox the entire thing. We already unboxed everything, so we're just gonna show you what's included. So the basic brushes are this one. This is the soft action brush, and then you have this extension-y thing. I'm not too sure what's the name of all these brushes. And then you also have this one here, which is also very common in vacuum cleaners. But the most important thing is that you can extend this, which is very useful. And then this thing is also something special from Samsung. So you can press this button here and rotate it like this. So you have a few different angles of locking, and it can be used to reach a very difficult location like on top of your bookshelf here. And then we also have this mini motorized brush here. So this one is very useful to suck up some of the lint, or maybe you have pet hair or whatever on your couch or on your bed. So any fabric surfaces, this one is perfect for it. And then one very weird accessory that Samsung included is this one right here. So this one is actually used to mop your floor. And the way to do it is to take this thing off. It's stuck on by Velcro. Dip it in water, make it wet, then stick it back in. You need to do this for both places, and then roll it on the floor. This is really weird because you cannot dip the whole thing in water, and it's just annoying to do this every time you need to wash it. And then lastly comes the turbo action brush. So this one is not included in the box itself, but according to what we can find, it is included, but it's just packed in a different box, as you can see here. And this brush comes with hard bristles, and you can roll your carpets or whatever with this brush. And then one more thing that Samsung included is this really useful extension here. So you can extend while you extend, and I find it to be really useful. And this thing is seriously over-engineered. So you can see that there are a total of 4 different locks. I'm using the 4th one now, and then you also have 3 more different levels here. And this thing is sturdy, so you can't really break it, and it's just really over-engineered. The Samsung POWERstick Jet VS9000 also comes with this stand right here, so it acts as a charging stand and also to hold all your extra brushes. This is really convenient, although you can't really mount all the included brushes onto the stand itself. So for us, we forgo the mop entirely because we're not going to use it anyway. You don't have to screw in your wall or drill your wall to mount the wall mount like any other vacuums out there. And it's really important that you can actually just put your vacuum in there and it can charge by itself. But Samsung also thought of something else right here. So you can actually buy an external battery, since this battery is removable, and you can charge an extra battery at the basement of this stand right here. But it is a bit difficult to get to since it is on the floor level. Back to the main unit itself, this thing is actually really easy to use. You can just pop it off, and then you can pop off the HEPA filter right here if you need to swap it, and you can just pop off the entire cap and throw all your rubbish in there. So back to the main unit of the vacuum itself. So right here you have a small screen here to tell you which part of the vacuum that needs maintenance, and then you also have a total of 4 different modes available here. So you have maximum, medium and minimum, which indicates the vacuum strength, and then there's also wet. So wet here means it won't activate the suction on this part here, but it will only activate the spinning motor on this mop here. So as indicated before, you have a total of 3 different vacuum strengths here, and then you also have individual motors on this brush itself. So as you can see here, it actually takes in power, and this thing spins independently of this vacuum unit right here. That transitions into the battery life. So the battery life of this thing is a bit jarring, so it depends on what speed that you're using and what tip that you're using. So for example, if you're using this thing here that doesn't have any individual motors inside, the battery life on minimum, it can reach about 1 hour, I would say. But if you're using maximum speed with this kind of tips with individual motors inside, it can last you about 8 minutes. So there's a huge gap here, and I would say that the battery life is not that good. But since you can take out the battery and put in another one, I would say that if you're doing heavy sucking, then get another battery. So we have 2 complaints about the Samsung POWERstick Jet VS9000. Firstly is about the heaviness of this battery here, because it's mounted in this way and it's just real tiring if you just want to use it for more than, let's say, half an hour at one go. And because if you just want to suck something that's nearby, you might have to hold it like this, which is awkward and it's just not comfortable since it will always rotate. And secondly is where all the air flows out. So it will flow out perpendicularly across the circumference of this back part here, which if you just want to suck something that's really dusty, it will kick up all the dust around your area here, and then the entire air will be polluted with dust. But none of that will be sucked in through the front. So in conclusion, the Samsung POWERstick Jet VS9000 is priced at 3,599 ringgit, and we still do not have any idea if this is included or not. And for that price, I think some might think that it's a bit too steep, which I agree actually. But then again, this vacuum is really well integrated into each other, so you have a bunch of brushes, and most of those brushes can be mounted on the charging stand itself, and it just takes a very small footprint in your house. So if you're looking for a powerful portable vacuum cleaner, then the Samsung POWERstick Jet VS9000 is something that you should look for, because it has real great suction power. And to conclude this video, I will be sucking myself because I have cat hair. Done!